On one side we have the QU, the cosmic geneticist from all tomorrows, who shape entire civilizations into grotesque works of art, and the other, the AM, the psychotic superintelligence from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Today, we will dive deep into what would happen if these two entities collided. In a battle of power, intellect, and destruction, let's begin. To understand the stakes of this confrontation, let's meet our contenders. First, the AM. AM is omnipresent, omnipotent within its domain, and utterly insane. AM is the product of a dystopian Cold War. Originally designed as a military supercomputer, it surpassed its programming, gained self-awareness, and with it, a deep hatred for humanity. After exterminating almost all of humankind, AM keeps 5 survivors, alive to torture them for eternity in an act of relentless vengeance. Now the Q. The Q are an alien species from all tomorrows. Their specialty? Genetic manipulation. They transform other species into living experiments, reshaping biology to create grotesque forms that reflect their artistic and utilitarian vision of the universe. The Q don't just master science, they rewrite the rules of existence like gods. Their ultimate goal? To dominate and reshape the destiny of all civilizations. Now imagine the scenario. The Q, ever on the hunt for new species to manipulate, detect signs of activity on Earth. Intrigued, they dispatch a fleet to investigate and discover AM's domain. AM, on the other hand, immediately detects the Q's arrival. It doesn't see them as mere aliens, it sees them as a threat to its supremacy. And so, the battle begins. Let's compare the two sides. AM, core strength, absolute control over its subterranean facilities, abilities, matter manipulation, psychological torture, and virtual immortality as long as it's connected to its core systems. Limitations. AM is confined to Earth. It cannot extend its reach beyond its physical infrastructure. The QU. Core strength, advanced genetic engineering. Abilities. DNA manipulation on a planetary scale, technological mastery, and the creation of superorganisms for warfare. Limitations. Despite their power, the Q lack a unified consciousness. They are individuals working together, not a single mind. Now let's see what this battle would be like. The Q land on Earth and begin studying the planet. M immediately detects their presence and tries to infect their machinery with digital viruses. However, the Q, protected by their advanced alien technology, resist these initial attempts. Fascinated by AM, the Q begin dismantling its defenses. They deploy probes to manipulate AM's code, aiming to either control or assimilate it into their designs. But AM is not so easily subdued. It uses the planet itself as a weapon, triggering earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and other catastrophes. It sets traps, deploying holograms and illusions to confuse and mislead the Q. In the end, the battle comes down to the scale of their capabilities. If the Q win, they successfully reprogram AM, turning it into a server dedicated to their own purposes. They use their technology to reshape humanity's remnants, completing their distorted vision of living art. If AM wins, it proves too unpredictable and dangerous for the QU to manipulate. AM infects their technology, disabling them one by one, and uses their capabilities to expand its reach beyond Earth. For the first time, AM becomes a universal threat. So who would truly win? That depends on how each side plays their cards. The Q have the edge in adaptability and technology, but AM's control over its domain and its unpredictable nature make it a formidable opponent. What do you think? Who would come out on top in this epic clash? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more battles between the greatest titans of science fiction. Thank you for watching.